I quit smoking marijuana after doing it for like 5 years, even though I was on self improvement, and I'm going to walk you through this process to quit as well. I was like smoking for every hour of the day to the point where I got more than one addiction, like porn, food, and video games, you know, just mindlessly going through life with no ambition and being lost. And I want to give you a challenge in this video. Most people struggle to quit, and you're probably one of them. Marijuana is very hard to quit. I mean, some people find it very easy to quit, but I found it very hard to quit because you don't replace it with something equally engaging, and that's the problem. And in this challenge, I want you to focus on rewiring your brain and your body by combining physical training, mental discipline, and accountability. I want you to starve yourself from that addiction. Now, let me explain what I mean by this. If you want to quit weed, there's something you need to understand. Addiction is a parasite. It feeds off your weakness, your uncertainty, your stress, and the habits you've built to numb yourself. But here's the thing, you're not the parasite. You are the host. So it's time to stop feeding this thing that's been sucking the life out of you. You've been feeding it every excuse, every moment of weakness, every time you gave in because it's easier than facing your fears or your emotions. But the time has come for you to starve. Starve those cravings. Every time you feel the urge to light it up, ask yourself, am I willing to let this addiction control me again? Let that craving rise and pass like a wave, because it is just like a craving that rises. It's a wave. You ever been to the ocean? The wave goes up and down, up and down. It goes whew, whew. And when you're right here at the tippity top, that's when your craving is like, you need to do it. You want to do it, but you can't let it. You got to pass it. You got to let that wave pass. It won't stay forever, but if you give in, it will return stronger than before. Just like any parasite, it needs constant feeding to stay alive, but you need to refuse to feed it. Starve the guilt. I know the shame. This is the disappointment when you've fallen off the wagon, when you've been trying so hard to just not, go back to smoking, and it feels like terrible. It feels like you went through like a whole race running, and then you stop at the middle and you go back, and it feels like you didn't finish the line. It just feels like that. But here's the truth: guilt only keeps the addiction alive. You're human. We all slip up. It's what you do when you get back up. When you stop letting guilt control you and you stop feeding through that addiction. I want you to starve the excuses. Just one more time, it won't hurt, is an excuse. I want you to starve it as well. That's just Mr. Slick, the voice of your addiction, the addiction messenger, telling that you need to go back and do it. That you need to go back and do it. But you can't let it happen. You can't let Mr. Slick take over you. Mr. Slick has no power over you. But you can't afford to listen to him anymore. All right? You can't afford to lose even more progress on your self-improvement. Each time you make an excuse, you're feeding the monster inside. Instead, get real. Get real with yourself and tell yourself, is this what you want? Is this what you want out of your life? Is this where you want to see yourself in 5 years, doing the same crap? Or do you want to be free? Do you want to be there for your children, be present, and not just numb, mindless? Right? You want to be free, right, from that addiction. Because you've been living in a cycle, feeding that addiction until it's grown stronger, to the point where you can't even feel nothing. Like, it doesn't feel like it's getting you any higher. It's time for you to take back control. I want you to starve it into submission. To say, I don't need you anymore. Train your body, your mind, and your spirit to thrive without it. You have everything within you to break free. It's not going to be easy, but you're not looking for easy. You're looking for real growth. You're looking for strength. You're looking for the best version of yourself. The version that doesn't rely on weed, but instead on your own willpower. So today, make the decision to start starving that addiction. This is your challenge. This is the challenge I'm giving you for free. This is some genuine advice that I'm giving you. Stop feeding it with your time, your energy, your excuses, and your doubts. Instead, feed your growth, your discipline, your vision of the person you are becoming. You will face battles, but every time you choose to starve the addiction, you're going to get stronger. You are no longer the host. As a host, I would kick out that parasite. Just imagine as a guest that you don't like, that entered your house. Are you going to keep him there any longer? No, right? You wouldn't want him any longer in your house. He's going to mess up your furniture. He's going to talk to your spouse. He's going to want to eat your food out the fridge. You're the host. You can tell him to leave anytime. And it's time to take control. I want you to stop being a beta male and stop being an alpha male, and tell that addiction you're no longer in control. You no longer possess my urges. You're no longer in power. Okay? Now, I got a few things in my description you might want to check out. I am going to be selling a course soon, strictly for marijuana addiction. So stay tuned. Subscribe, like, and comment. And in the description, I got a one-on-one session that you might want to check out if you want to quit, but you can't just quit on your own. And I'll give you my genuine advice, and I do charge for my time, but I'm going to help you quit as well. Okay? Thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, comment. Be a stone, a gemstone.